More news coming out of communist China today, not just with regard to the coronavirus known as COVID-19, but their very belligerent dictatorial attitude towards Hong Kong. They're taking the rights away from the people there. Of course, the Brits gave Hong Kong back to the communist Chinese with the assurance that it would remain a relatively free part of communist China. And also China is now threatening Australia because Australia has been an ally of the United States in this fight against the coronavirus. It talks about a new Cold War. Well, I say bring it on. It's time that we hold the commies in China accountable, not the good Chinese people, not the great Chinese Americans here in the United States and Asian Americans that have built this country into the great country it is, along with others, but the communist Chinese. And of course, it's Freedom Watch that's doing that through our class action in Dallas, Texas, to have the Chinese Communist Party pay for the tremendous damage that has been done by COVID-19, and also our criminal complaint in The Hague, Holland, to hold the leadership accountable and to convict them and to throw them in prison, which is where they belong. They have literally destroyed the world, both health-wise and in terms of its economy, and they must pay. And that's another thing that we need to consider, too. We need to find a way to have, frankly, the corrupt individuals in our own government pay. And of course, I've done that in the past with regard to the National Security Agency, CIA, Defense Intelligence Agency, and others. They knew about this coronavirus from day one. They obviously briefed intelligence committees, health committees on Capitol Hill about it. The president probably also got a briefing. He was preoccupied with regard to impeachment. That's not an excuse. But one thing led to the next. We were caught flat-footed, and we weren't prepared. We, the American people, need to uncover and take action with regard to the traitorous activities that occurred that led to our country being let down the road to destruction by our own government. And of course, the best way to do that is through Freedom Watch's citizens' grand juries, which are quite legal. As late Justice Antonin Scalia wrote, the grand jury belongs to the American people. It doesn't belong to the three branches of government. So peacefully and legally, we're going to need to use this to hold individuals in our government accountable who, frankly, not just profited from this coronavirus, but caused it to become the pandemic it is by not alerting the people as to what was going on. So it's not just the communist Chinese leadership, but it's our own government, so-called government, which dropped the ball. So listen to what I have to say in the days, weeks, and months ahead about how we will seek to hold them accountable. And we are different at Freedom Watch than the current Judicial Watch. When I was at Judicial Watch, we brought hard-hitting cases. We tried to bring about justice. It's not enough just to get documents, as Tom Fitton boasts continuously, another Judicial Watch victory. Well, it's not a victory just to get documents. Of course, it's helpful. But at that point, you've got to use those documents to get justice. You can't, as Fitton does, then ask the government to do the work of we the people, because the government isn't going to do the work. The government is inherently corrupt and compromised. And that's my message for today. So join our citizens' class actions in Dallas, Texas. Support the one we filed in Jerusalem, Israel, our criminal case at The Hague. This is Freedom Watch and Larry Klayman and you, who are part of our Justice League, and you must join. Go to freedomwatchusa.org. Join, contribute to our cause with tax-deductible contributions. We're small. We need to get bigger. And sign up to see if you qualify to be a member of the putative class in these class actions with regard to the damage that's been caused to you and the nation. And share this podcast. You can find it at iTunes, at Spotify, at Roku, at Amazon Fire, of course, at freedomwatchusa.org, at Radio America, on Twitter, on Facebook. Share it far and wide. Get the world out. We don't need to sit around and wait for bad things to happen. We need to take action ourselves like our founding fathers did, beginning in 1776 when they created a new nation, free from the tyranny of their government at the time, which was King George III. And I might add, our government is as bad, if not worse, frankly, than the government of King George III. The time has come again, and now we must do it peacefully and legally to restore liberty and freedom to our shores. God bless you. God bless your family. Stay safe. And God bless me and my family. And God bless the United States. And thank you for listening to me. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast of Special Prosecutor with Larry Klayman. Thank you for listening to me.
Your competition isn't slowing down, so why should you? CenturyLink Fiber Plus Business Internet delivers a fast fiber connection, business VoIP, and security, all with direct cloud connectivity. Learn more about where digital business goes to work. Visit CenturyLink.com/fasterfiber for more.